Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. And I know it is not 7 a.m. where I would usually come to you with a new video. So I was going to decide to go live, and this is going to be the first session in something I call Shelly School. Classes in session, everyone. And today I'm going to be talking about just something that has been heavy on my heart lately, and I want to share it with y'all. And so if you are looking for more of a frou-frou, yay, you're amazing type of pep talk, this is not that. If you're looking for more of a ranty style video, this is the one, ladies and gentlemen. You have tuned in for the right thing, okay? So first of all, hello, how are you? I will be your professor today in Shelly School because it's my school, so I can say that. This is one of the only, just like every other school right now that is virtual and online, here we are. Class is now in session. So let's talk about this first of all. What I'm saying is stop listening to YouTube gurus, okay? I have had enough of some of this listening to YouTube gurus, and this is where I have to tell you the reason it is explicitly called out of listening to YouTube gurus. I am telling you, stop listening to all of us. I'm saying start executing, start doing, start believing, whatever you need to do to get out of the listening phase and get into the I'm gonna get off my butt and do something phase. Okay? So I am not saying you don't have to listen to it. So, everyone who's gonna come for me and be like, oh, so you don't want us to watch you or Roberto or Nick or I didn't say that. I'm saying you know enough, go do something. Okay? Because one of the first things I want to say, some people, I get it when you're very first beginning out, you need assistance, you need guidance, you need direction, you need all the pep talks in the world. And yes, we are here for that. The problem with this, hear me out, is that you will spend 400 hours listening to us, watching us, and doing nothing, then showing up at another live stream or something, and then being like, I haven't started yet. And we're like, we don't know how to help you then. Because if you have no data, we can't help you make data-driven decisions. If you have no videos, we cannot critique them. If you have no channel art, if you have no thumbnails with click-through rates, we cannot ask you what those rates are so that you can get advice to do better. Do you see where I'm going with this yet? Now, I know this is going to come across as harsh to some of you and be like, I need all the things and I need it to be perfect before I get going, and let me okay. If I can dispel any notion right now that anything is ever going to be perfect at the very beginning, perfection when it comes to the entire online space, it is a myth. It does not exist, and you are using it as a crutch to not execute and do. This is going to come across harsh to many of you. You're going to be like, I'm not ready. I'm this baby bird, and you're going to make me, literally push me out of a nest before I'm ready, and I'm going to break my legs and fall to my death below. Doubtful. Okay, this is not going to happen to you. Now, could you come up against some bumps and bruises and need some help? Yes. Could you also build your own wings on the way down and actually, soften your own blow? Yes. But the thing that you will never do is become great at YouTube if you never start. If you never actually make a video, you are not a YouTube creator, you are a YouTube viewer. Again, sorry if this is harsh for many of you, okay? I was prepared today for this onward spew of hatred that may come my way because this is going to ruffle some feathers. Oh, that was pretty good with all the bird analogy. You don't want to hear this, and that's okay. Maybe come back when you're in a frame of mind where you're ready to hear this, where you're ready for the gentle nudge out of the nest, okay? Because here it is. Y'all are spending way too much time on things that don't help your channel. You're spending 10 hours in Clubhouse. You're spending 6 hours in a live stream for Dee and Roberto, and I love those guys. I'll spend some time in there, but I'm not spending 7 hours of my day. I got videos to make. I've got courses to create. I've got freebies to create. I've got mailing lists stuff that I need to do, okay? All of those help further move the needle towards me and growing and getting my own plaque so that one day I can pull a Roberto Blake and plaque someone. Being in Clubhouse for 6 hours is not. Okay? So if you do not hit record, if you do not hit publish, if you do not hit upload, You are never going to be a YouTube creator. You are going to always be a YouTube viewer. Again, here we go. This one's going to hurt, okay? You're going to say, okay, I'm ready to finally launch my channel because I've watched like 4,000 hours of Roberto Blake and Sean and Dee and Brian G. Johnson. And you know what you've never done is spent 4,000 hours being a creator. Huh. And then you're going to show up one day and be like, well, how come Sean says this, but Brian says this, and Roberto says this, but it's all the same question? You're like, I don't know, Susie, how come when you say that you want to go get fit, you got boot camp style fitness, you got jazzercise style fitness, you got high intensity workout fitness, you got South Beach diet, you got starvation, which is the whatever, what do they call it? Intermittent fasting, okay? Just like a one size does not fit all for fitness or diet or exercise, a one size does not fit all when it comes to a YouTube channel. So I know that everybody wants to be very like, my channel is special. My niche is absolutely unheard of. This is absolutely, I'm a special snowflake. Okay, yes, I get it. Everyone's a special snowflake. Your channel, yes, it's amazing. But it's not, okay? It's just not. And so it is amazing to me when I watch hours and hours and hours of people over the course of years, okay, not in one sitting, sit there in a YouTube channel review and say, what about my genre? What about my category? What about my channel? As if your channel is completely different than any other type of genre and channel. There are some best practices for any particular type of channel and genre. Sure, absolutely. Sure, Susie. But the people who get upset, well, they haven't done my channel yet. My channel, I need special guidance. I need special assistance. No, you don't. Because one of the reasons why all of us now hate to do channel reviews behind the scenes, we'll talk about it. One, people are ungrateful anyway because they think their channel is special and a unique snowflake, and the advice is, you know, what they need to grow and be better. And sometimes it can help. But pretty much it doesn't matter what channel review you are watching. You could probably take something from it and actually apply it to your own channel. Okay, so most of the time we harp on the same things. Did you set up your channel? Does it look aesthetically pleasing? Do your thumbnails look nice? Is there any kind of rhyme or reason to your titling structure? Does it actually make sense? What is on your banner, right? This is not special. No matter what genre you're in, no matter what niche you want to say or say that you are not in, okay? All of those things always have to be true. I have to know what your video is going to be about. I need to be intrigued by the title. I need to actually be entertained when I'm in the video. None of that is special, but yet if I say it to you while I do your channel review, you're like, oh my God, this is mind-blowing stuff, but it's not. Okay, so let me just save you 7 hours of sitting in someone's live stream hoping that you're the next person whose channel comes up, okay? Because your channel is not special in some way, okay? If you do not yet have the success that you want, and that's a predefined notion that you already have set for yourself, and that's another thing, we'll come back to that, how you define success for yourself. And most of y'all are defining it in the wrong ways, okay? Ask a friend, ask someone else. Take a look at your channel, because I bet you all the things that we would say to any generic channel is going to be the same thing that we're eventually going to say to you, just to a varying level. Your thumbnails aren't as pretty as this person's. Go find someone in your niche that makes similar types of videos and look at their thumbnails and see, side by side, which one would you click on? If it's not yours, what do you need to work on to make it look better? If I am a new person coming to your channel and I am confused by your banner, then anyone coming to your channel is confused by your banner. This is not new. This is not rocket science stuff, okay? If your audience retention dips drastically in the first 10 seconds, it's because you clickbaited them, or you ran on rambling for too long, you never got into what it is that you were going to promise them in the video, or you never delivered on it, okay? Or people just didn't really catch your vibe as soon as you came in, okay? None of this is like special. This is all the same generic advice for everyone. And yet, you will sit for 7 hours in a channel review session and try to have people say that your channel is special. Okay. I'm not coming to play it today, you guys. I've got the green inner corner, like, yeah, the fury, the jealousy, we're seeing green today. It's all coming out. So watching 4,000 hours of anybody watching 4,000 hours of basketball. Guess what? I still can't dribble a basketball. It's the same thing with YouTube. You watch 4,000 hours, which is what coincidentally it takes to get monetized. Okay. I watch 4,000 hours of Roberto and Dee and Sean and Benji and everyone that you can think of. It doesn't mean I'm any better at making a YouTube channel yet because I haven't actually published a video. And for many of you, this is you sitting in the audience, watching, taking notes, thinking that one day you're going to create your channel. Well, you know what? One day should be day one. That means today. That means go whip out your cell phone and take a selfie of yourself saying, hey, my name is Shelly and this is what my channel is going to be about. I'm really looking forward to the journey. And you post that sucker. And that's it. And that's how you become a YouTuber. Until then, you are a YouTube viewer. Okay? There is a difference. Okay? Yeah, just because you watch 4,000 hours of basketball, I still can't dribble. I can't shoot a free throw, but I can tell you the theory behind what made someone else great. And that's what you're doing. You're observing. You're then paralyzed with all of this. And now you want to bicker about why Sean and Benji are saying opposite things when it could just be that it's not the right advice for you. Okay? And here's one thing I am going to say is sometimes you need to hold on to the people that you actually jive with, right? There are a ton of YouTube people out there, okay? And some people are going to be like, oh, I like Vanessa. I like Sunny. I like Amy Schmittauer, Landino. I like Shelly, right? But then you're also going to be like, but they're saying do this and I want to do this. Well, then go do it. The word is not absolute, but I will say this. When you listen to 7 of us and then get your panties all in a twist because 2 of us said contradictory things, and then you're keeping that as to why you're not creating content, that's kind of bullshit, okay? It's just wrong. You should actually be going out there and doing it because then you would have your own opinion, you would have your own ideas, and you would have your own proof of why something does or doesn't work. And it may even be it does or doesn't work for you, but it will work for other people. Yet you want to take what everyone else has said about anything and use that as gospel for why I can't do this, I can't do that. Or you could just try it. Just try it and see what happens. And I don't think there's enough of that going on. There's a lot of listening, but there's not enough action. There's a lot of contemplation, but there's not any action. And so that's why a lot of you will not have the success that you want, is because you're listening, you are waiting, you're taking notes, and you are not doing. Messy action, start, get ugly, do it better, fix it along the way, is always going to yield you better results than sitting and trying to come up with a perfect plan 5 years from now. So you can be 5 years into the process, have a ton of videos under your belt, have a lot of data, make some mistakes, grow along the way, actually do some stuff, or you can try to curate the perfect plan for 5 years from now to execute. Do you see where we're going with this? This is an extreme, but I am telling you, this is what many of you are doing, and I'm getting kind of sick of it because there's nothing more irritating to me than someone who says, I want to change my life, I want to create online video, and then never does the thing. Stop showing up to the meetup 3 years later saying, oh yes, I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for the past 4 years. What are you doing here then? Why are you here, Susie? Upload your video. Give it a shot. So what if 5 people viewed it and 3 of those views were you? That makes you a YouTuber. Okay? There is a difference in what you're doing and what you're allowing, because what you are not choosing, you are allowing. So you're choosing not to create content. You're choosing not to upload. You're choosing to not execute on your own dreams, which you say are important to you, when you're not actually doing. So stop listening, start doing is the whole point. You know enough. You don't need to listen to the same message from 5 different people telling you how to do things. You know how to do things. And here's the thing. One thing that I truly appreciate about people who decide to invest in their own YouTube futures, okay? At least for that time period, at least for 60 days, at least for the 90 days, you start to consume less of other and you start to create more. So consume less, create more, which actually leads to action. Action leads to publication. Publication leads to data. Data leads to data-driven decisions and improvement and such and forth. So the problem, right, is that a lot of the time you bounce from guru to guru to guru, and you either pit us against each other and, well, Shelly said this, but Daniel Batal said this. That's great. So I'm not going to go like fist to fist with Daniel because we disagree on one method. And it could just be that it depends. The answer is always it depends. But that's not the thing to focus on. The focus is supposed to be you. And you're using that as an excuse for why you are not doing, why you're not publishing, and why you are not executing. Because you're like, oh, I just need to clear up this confusion before I can do it. Or you can do it and have your own opinion. Or you can do it and then teach the thing that you just learned. There's a difference because you're using it to stifle your own growth. I feel a little better now that I've kind of like gotten some of that out of my system. I'm just saying that I'm tired of coming into the same Clubhouse room and hearing, yes, I am about to start a channel. Yes, I'm about to release my first video. And I'm like, that's great, Susie. You've been saying that for 4 weeks. Where's the video? Where's the actual published video so that we can go look at it? We can celebrate you. We can congratulate you. We can tell you you've graduated. Where is it? Where is it? And what is it that is holding you back? Is it the fear of other people's reaction? Is it because you think that it's not perfect? What is the real reason that you are not creating content? Because once you actually start to break down what it is you want, how it is that you're going to get there, then the opinions of others, let's face it, even when you're starting out, you're not going to attract a whole bunch of haters because like no one's going to find you anyway, probably. So what's really, is it that you're afraid that someone is going to come in and say something to you, which is actually your own fear? So it's actually just solidifying your own worst fears about yourself. You think that one person's comment to you is going to cripple you so badly that you're going to close up shop and then just like pack it all in? Because if that is you, I don't want to burst your bubble right here, but some of the things that have been said to me, if they said them to you in your first video, if that was going to be enough to make you quit and get off the internet, then you shouldn't even get started because people are not always going to be nice to you. Suck it up, buttercup. And I don't mean it to sound really, really harsh, but I'm saying if you're letting that fear already keep you from publishing your first video, you're gonna have a very long road to hoe. Because at that point, you've already decided that what other people have to say is more important than what you have to say. And if that's true, and if you're going to let them dictate the direction of your own channel based on whatever they decide to comment that day because they had a bad day, because they don't like you, because they finally discovered you and they just don't agree with what you have to say, I don't know what to tell you about that. I can tell you go do blocked words. I can tell you, filter your comments. I can tell you whatever you want, but you're going to have to self-evaluate that for yourself. Okay? Now, the problem with everyone listening to gurus is every new guru is a shiny object. Every new method is a shiny object. And a lot of people have very shiny object syndrome. And we've talked about that extensively before in a live stream. And the problem with shiny object syndrome is you think it's great, but it's really just distracting you. So if you were to go from point A to point B and know that the path between here is a straight line, but then you get distracted by podcasting, and then you get distracted by TikTok, and then you get distracted by whatever else it is, you're going to have a very jagged line that could eventually spiral back and then bring you back down and get you way farther away from your end goal, which was to just keep creating content or YouTube or whatever it is. So every new person along this journey, right, which is, oops, now I'm listening to Amy Landino, and oops, now I'm listening to Vanessa Lau, and oops, now I'm listening to Desiree Martinez, and oops, now I'm listening to Daniel Batal. They're all going to take you forward in some way, but it may not be forward towards the path that you want to take. So you need to also be able to understand that. And that's the problem with listening to too many people, right? It's just like an opinion. It's just like a mouthpiece. Everybody got one. Some are bigger than others. Some are definitely going to distract you on the road, but you have to be able to decide for yourself. And I think a lot of you haven't been able to do that because I see you in Clubhouse, and then I see you in a live stream on YouTube, and then I see you in a Facebook group, but I don't see YouTube videos from you. I don't see questions that are derived from, hey guys, I tried this, my audience didn't like it. What would you think I should do in this situation? Hey, here's thumbnail A and thumbnail B. This one has higher click-through rate, but this one is actually, I think, a more compelling story. What do you guys think? These are different questions. Once you actually start to execute on things, you have better questions, not generic questions, better, more specific questions. Better, more specific questions are things that all of us love to discuss with you. Okay, that does make you a shiny that does make you like a special snowflake. That does make you actually have a pointed question. The generic advice, right, is upload consistently, create content that your people want to see, actually make sure that the value proposition is there and delivered on, make sure you're finding ways to monetize. Like, that is just advice that every single person is going to give you. But now that you have it, what are you going to do with it? So I would just implore you, in your first lesson here at Shelly School with Professor Shelly, stop listening to all of us. Just pick one or two that you vibe with, whatever. But like, go do, go execute, go create. Because those conversations that you're going to have when you come back after you have done so, they're going to be so much better. They're going to be more specific. They're going to be more impactful because you actually have a real basis in asking your question. Yeah. And then the last thing I want to say, I know that a lot of people are going to be like, oh, but Mr. Beast can do this, and oh, Marquez Brownlee does this, and oh, iJustine can do this. You're talking about people that you are not, okay? When you are very first starting out, I hate to burst your bubble, okay? When you're like, oh, but like, oh, okay, you are just not those people. And I'm not saying that in any other way than to just be like, those people, because of their time on platform, because of the millions of hours of watch time, because of the millions of subscribers that they have bought themselves more freedom to do all kinds of different things that they want to. But if you go back to Marquez Brownlee doing 100 videos to get not even 100 subscribers, you go back to Mr. Beast starting as a gaming channel before he finally ever, I don't know, what was it, however many years before he finally started making content that started appealing to mass millions of people, okay? When iJustine first came out, you guys forget that she was doing MySpace musical, like reenactment, and doing like just technology on Apple products. And now she has more freedom to do other things with more time on the platform, with more eyeballs, with bigger audiences. You get more freedom. Sorry to break it to you, Susie Q, but when you are first starting out, you can't do all the same things and expect the same results. You also can't look at the number of views that they're getting and say that that is the only measure of success, because it's just not. It is not an apples to apples comparison. You, my cute little kumquat, are a citrus fruit and they are an apple. So stop comparing what it is you think you can do to this over here, because you're not here yet. Okay? You're going to go through an entire transformation, and at some point you are going to become a little apple, and then go do all the things that you want to do, okay? But you don't get to use them as the example as like what the most successful thing you should be doing right now is. So then you may not like our advice where we tell you you should niche down, or you should do something else, or you should do it this way and play it straight for a while before you can go all curvy, cattywampus. Because we're just using lots of data and analytics that have told us historically that this is usually the path that is going to be of least resistance and most output. And I'm sorry if you don't want to believe that. If you want to go off and be like, I'm a rebel, I can do whatever, go do it then. Go do it. Then tell us all about it. And then tell everyone else how you did it so that they can do it too. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. You guys have questions on that? I think I've said my piece. Stop listening to people. Start doing something. Oh, hey, Doug. Zen Rush, James Pruitt. Nice to see some of y'all here. If any of this is resonating with y'all, give this video a thumbs up. Okay, I would appreciate it. If you want to see more ranty style videos like this, then you should comment and let me know what subject you want me to take on next, and we will do that. Like I said, this is the very first life lesson in Shelly School. I don't know. I thought it was cool, okay? Just give me a break with the Shelly School thing. But maybe if it goes well, we'll have to do more of it, okay? We'll have another class. All right? So this is real talk, and I just thank you for recognizing that, because one thing I'm just tired of is a lot of the kind of bullshit that we see spewed over and over and over again. And Shelly School of Hard YouTube, right? I always strive to be extremely honest with y'all. And it for some people, it doesn't work for them. In fact, there was someone in the live stream on Thursday that came over from Clubhouse, and they said that I was too much like, I was giving the fitness example, and they said, I like the nice and soft, you can do it person, and you're more of the drill sergeant. I'm like, yep. And that's okay. I'm not going to change the way that I am because that's who I am, but you can certainly go out and find someone who's going to be more of that calming, impactful, lift you up type presence, and I think you should, because I think that there's someone out there for everyone. Hey, we have a super chat. Thank you so much. Inside the Lab, PC Tech. If you have a question, make sure you drop it. We're going to play the super chat song as a thank you. Give it a second. I'm going to find it. Here we go. Thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate that. One thing I was talking about the other day, in case any of you caught it, I did an episode, over on the Shelly Shares Her Day channel, which I have pretty much left abandoned since the Vlogtober type thing where I was doing a daily check-in. And I was saying, I don't know, maybe I need to do more of these like nightly check-in routine things. And I was actually doing an episode called The Problem with Jealousy. And the problem with jealousy kind of boiled down as like drinking the poison and holding on to anger, which is, let me backtrack. The problem with anger and jealousy is usually it's like drinking poison expecting the other people to die. No, it's something inside of you that you really have to like face forward and be like, hey, why do I feel like this? And I was very much feeling in a jealous, dark, ranty type of place on that particular day, just because of some things that I have seen. And, it made me evaluate, not that like I'm a bad person, but like I can recognize that it wasn't a cool, probably way to feel about success that I'm seeing other people have, and then feeling like internalized anger that there's something wrong with me or whatever else it is. So I feel like people don't talk about that stuff. They don't share that kind of stuff because it's not cool to be like the jealous girl on YouTube. Like we're not supposed to talk about that. We're not supposed to talk how you see stuff like that and it bothers you. And yeah, I can't not kind of share some of that stuff with you guys and gals because I have, I was saying like old lady yells at cloud, but I have my own sense of things that make me angry. Stuff within the YouTube world, stuff within the YouTube guru world, stuff within just like my own personal or professional life and the things that I see and deal with all the time. And so like, it doesn't make me a bad person to be able to come out and say like, these things make me jealous or these things make me angry. I think it is like worse if I never said any of those things, only ever projected an image of like, oh, positivity and light when it's fakery. It's just fake. And I'm getting too old to be able to have that level of like fakeness all the time. Like I can't handle it. I can't do it. So, and I just wish that more people could just admit sometimes you guys aren't happy for other people when you see stuff and you know it, you just don't want to say it. And I think sometimes it's worse when you're just like, oh my God, you're so amazing. I think you deserve everything. And I'm not saying that you have to like put on that fakeness, but I'm saying that you need to recognize sometimes like you're not that happy for people. And even if you happen to like say that you are, you got to work on why it is that you're already feeling so like not great about it. And that's a problem with you. It's a problem with me. I'm saying it's a problem with me and my own internalized struggles with what I wish that I was doing with my life, where I wish I was with my own YouTube life or professional life, and where I'm currently at, and the resentment that I feel towards others when I see them doing the things that I wish I was doing. But here's the thing is, I don't know their life, I don't know their story, I don't know their path, I don't know their journey, I don't know their struggles. It could just be, just like I said, a lot of people are projecting this image of everything's great, everything's perfect, everything is a highlight reel, and behind the scenes, sometimes we just don't know what's going on in people's lives. They could be going through a divorce, they could be going through bankruptcy, they could have a business that isn't profitable at all, and here I am thinking like, oh my God, they've got everything. Why do they have everything? You see what I'm saying? It's this vicious cycle that happens because I'm angry about what they have. They're not even like happy with what they have either. I mean, it's a bad thing, and I just wish that sometimes more people would be more honest about where they're at. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, and I wish I could say that it was, but it's not. So, yeah, that's where I was. Even on Thursday when I was trying to share it with everyone, I'm like, I'm not feeling great about seeing all these people. And it's not like they're rubbing it in my face personally, their success that they're having, but I'm saying it feels like it's in my face and I'm angry about it. But then, like, I realize that's a problem with me. It's not a problem with them. That's a problem with me. So, Plan with Stormy says, yeah, no one ever shows their full self on social, or no, never. No one is ever really honest about all of that. And we are all envious of others. And some people don't want to admit that. And yeah, I think it's fine to sometimes, admit. Anyways, that's what I wanted to share with y'all. The biggest thing is stop listening to YouTube gurus. We all have great advice, but I'm saying instead of listening, go execute. Once you execute and do, and you have really great questions that are specific about all the things that you are doing, trying, all that stuff, come talk to us about it. We'd love to help you out with that, because those are better questions than how do I get subscribers? How do I get to my first 1,000? How do I get monetized? How do I get more watch time hours? Tell me about YouTube Shorts. It's all the same questions, y'all. And it's again, like I said, the advice is always the same, right? Find out what your audience wants to watch. Keep making more of that. Show up consistently. Be exciting on camera, or not like completely, you know what I'm saying, not completely dead-faced on camera. Make sure that your titles are searchable. Make sure that your thumbnails are good. This is basic stuff. So now I have saved you 300 hours of watching other people's shit. Guys, just go make some freaking videos already. Can we just agree that we all have enough knowledge at this point to go make some videos? If you buy a new camera and you need to know how to set it up, fine, watch a tutorial. That's different. If you need to figure out something about monetization because you've never gotten there before, fine, watch that video. But I'm saying don't watch 700 videos about monetization or YouTube when you've never made a single video. You've watched enough. Stop listening to us. Go do. Go watch. Yes? Oh, hey, we have a super chat. We're going to celebrate that, and then I will let you go on with your Sunday night. We're going to pick a song and do a dance break to celebrate the super chats. Thank you to Zen Rush for that. Appreciate that. And we're gonna do this one. You can boogie with me. All right, now, to clarify one thing real quick. I'm not saying that if you have a question about something that you can't come search it up. You know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking to specifically. You have a new camera, like I said. You have a question about how to do something in editing. All different than the 300 hours, the 300 videos that you watched about setting up your YouTube channel correctly at the very beginning of your journey. You know who you are. You all watched. I watched them too. I watched video influencers for hours upon hours. I watched Roberto Blake for weeks. I watched all of these people, and at some point, I had to actually upload a video. It is the worst video probably you've ever seen. They're not great, okay? They never are, and that's why I wanted to say at the very beginning, you guys have to stop thinking that if I watch enough videos, my YouTube channel launch will be perfect, because perfect is not a thing. It does not exist. Get it out of your head right now. And once you hold on to that and just know that your first 50 videos are probably going to suck pretty bad, even though at the time you're going to think they're pretty awesome. 4 years later, you would look back and be like, oh my God, those things are so blue. Didn't know a thing about color. Didn't know a thing about audio. Didn't really know a thing about editing. And yet here we are 300 videos later, and I can say, I'm still glad I put those out. I wish I had done it years sooner. So learn from my mistakes. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm saying go, do, stop listening, because it's just procrastination. Get out of Clubhouse. Get off of Roberto's live stream. Get off of Dee's live stream. You guys know I love those guys. I'm not saying stop watching everyone, and I'm saying go make some videos. Go make some videos, okay? Okay? Can we talk about that? Are we good? I hope that was helpful. I feel a little bit better. And now, I think I'm gonna go get some dinner. I feel a little sassy now. Yeah, I feel a little sassy. I'm feeling a little bit, I feel better though. I hope you all feel better. Thank you for hanging out with me on your Sunday night. And I will see you on Tuesday for another episode of Would You Buy That? I'll see you on Thursday for another episode of Triple T Thursday. And I'll see you next Sunday for a regularly scheduled video at 7 a.m., the regular time. So I want to thank you for your time today. I'm going to find another song. We're going to boogie our way out of here, and then we're really going to go. Give me a second. 1, 2, bop. Tell it straight. Ooh, maybe tell it straight, since that's what we did here today. Mic drop, hopefully. No, not that one. I don't want that one. Nope. We're going to do this one. Very Lord of the Rings entry. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Go make a video. And better yet, publish it. Stop listening to YouTube gurus. Go execute. We love you all. And if you need some extra help, every single one of us offers coaching, consultations, all that good stuff. But go do it. Go do it first. All right. Love you all. Bye.